Now, talking about the views of or you can say the surfaces of the clavicle, you have a superior view, you have inferior view, then you have a posterior and anterior view. Okay, so or you can say superior surface and inferior surface, anterior surface, and a posterior surface. So starting up with the superior view, as like you're watching the clavicle from the upward end. So you can say you can see that actually it has got the medial end and a lateral end. Okay, then you have this convex part. Okay, and this is almost medial 2/3, and this is the lateral 1/3, which is actually the lateral end, and it's attaching to the acromion process of the scapula. This end is called as the acromion end. Why? Because it is attaching to the acromion process of the scapula. That's why it is called as the acromion end. Then you have the sternal end, which is the lateral end, and it's called as the sternal end because it is attaching to the body of the sternum. Okay, then you have in between the medial and the lateral end, you have the shaft of the clavicle, which is important, and which is important for the weight transmission, and also attachment. It provides attachment to the different muscles which are responsible for the different movements at the shoulder girdle. Okay, so this is called as the extremitas acromialis. This is the flattened end of the clavicle that articulates with the acromion process of the scapula. That's what I've been telling you all about. Then it's an attachment point for the coracoclavicular ligament. There are some important ligaments which are responsible for the free movement of the arm. Okay, so one is the acromioclavicular ligament. The other one is sternoclavicular ligament. So just like this sternoclavicular joint here, there is a sternoclavicular ligament. And to the lateral end, you have the acromioclavicular ligament with the acromioclavicular joint and coracoclavicular ligament, which is attaching from the coracoid process of the scapula to the clavicle. So it's also this acromion end. It's also the attachment point for the coracoclavicular ligament, which is attaching the coracoid process of the scapula with the clavicle, particularly the acromion end. The sternal end is relatively, it's a rounded one. It's called extremitas sternalis because it is attaching to the body of the sternum, and it's also responsible for the medial attachment with the axial skeleton, right? Then you have the middle portion of the clavicle. This middle portion of the clavicle is actually the shaft of the clavicle, and we divide it into lateral and a medial part. In the medial 2/3 and a lateral 1/3. So medial 2/3 is you can see there's a convexity here, and there's a concavity on the lateral side. That's the beauty of this bone. That is, it has got two surfaces, a concave and a convex. Okay, so two ossification centers and two surfaces with convexity at the medial end, medial 2/3, and a concavity at the lateral end, which is the lateral 1/3 part. So remember the sternal end, the acromion end, you are just from the superior surface, and you can also see the shaft, which is actually the middle portion of the clavicle, and important muscular attachments with their origin and insertion for the several muscles like the pec major muscle, you have a trapezius muscle, and you have a deltoid, and also subclavius attachment as well, and responsible for a free movement at the shoulder girdle. So this is the medial 2/3 part, and this is the lateral 1/3 part, and medial is obviously the convex, and the lateral is the concave. And this is the beauty of this bone, that it has got two surfaces and two ossification centers. Okay, so there's an important tubercle here at the lateral part of the clavicle, which is called as a Conoid tubercle, and then in between there is the body of the clavicle. So remember the sternal and the acromion ends; these are for the attachments, and they're responsible for making of acromioclavicular and a sternoclavicular joints. And then there are ligaments as well, which are called as the coracoclavicular ligament. You have this sternoclavicular ligament, ligament, you have the acromioclavicular ligament, then you have a coracoclavicular ligament. They all ligaments, they provide a flexibility, and they're responsible for free movement of the arm. And the shaft is important because there are attachment to the different muscles. And remember, when there is a blow to the upper part of the body, or there's an outstretched hand or falling in the ground, so this shaft is the most important part in the body of the clavicle, which is hit badly by the outstretched hand or fall on the ground, and there are fractures in the middle part of the clavicle, which is almost the shaft and the body of the clavicle.